And a good Friday morning to you. Here we go, off and starting a beautiful day. Great weather this weekend. We'll give you all the details of what we've got going on. Hope you've got some plans because there is a lot to do this weekend in and around the area. We'll give you a rundown of everything this morning beginning at 8. I hope you'll come back and talk with us and visit with us a little while as we'll get into all of the events. And, of course, the big event that happened last night in downtown Meridian, Bud and Burgers. It was a huge turnout for that show. I hope you had a chance to go down and try it. If you didn't, you missed out from what I see. We were back here doing the interview, and, boy, that was great. Big thank you to everybody who watched Chris read with me last night. It's still posted on Facebook, or you can go to YouTube and watch it under Scotty Ray's Weather and watch what Chris had to say about the current state of crime going across the Meridian area. Interesting interview. I'm sure you'll pick up a few things that Chris said in there, questions that you had. If you hadn't watched it yet, go back. Well worth a listen to. Big thank you to Chris as well for coming out. And again, we extend a invite to our current chief and also our current mayor of Meridian to come be a part of this for a sit-down. As always, we do. We'd love to have them as well join us. It is Friday morning. The weekend is right around the corner as we officially go into it. Doesn't it make you smile? 58 right now. Feels wonderful outside. We'll give you the breakdown of all of this here in just a few moments. We do have some areas of concern, and when I say concern, I mean that old fog that you can't see very well. Let's go to radar so you can see what's up and going on this morning. Here's Mississippi, just south of I-20 there at Vicksburg. We've got a little bit of fog. And as we go south to the Hattiesburg area this morning, if you're going to be anywhere in this area this morning, McCullum, down to Purvis, Mississippi. These areas, a lot of fog. Now, as we go across the state line, just barely east of Meridian, when you cross into Alabama, we've got a dense fog advisory through 9 a.m. Very thick east of Birmingham, Anniston, Oxford. Look at that. As we come down through Pelham, just south of there, and Bessemer as well. Montgomery has a lot of fog this morning. And again, this is until 9 a.m. this morning, this dense fog advisory. So keep that in mind. We'll go back over the advisories as we go tell you what's going on from the National Weather Service in a moment. Also, if you're at the beach this morning, east of Mobile, as we go down to Pensacola, look at this. Foley, Alabama. Thick Gulf Shores is full of this. If you're thinking of a weekend beach trip, leaving early this morning or coming back from that area, be careful there. Milton, a lot of that. Even over to Crestview has a good bit of fog this morning, but very, very thick right there just to the northwest of Pensacola. That would put it there in Inslee, Florida is where that is. Thick stuff there, so keep that in mind as you're planning your day. Let me say a few good mornings this Friday to Miss LaWanda Grantham. How are you? Also, Bree Packer is up. Terry Ray, TGIF. Aren't you glad it's here? I am. Also, a good morning there to Joyce Poole. Hoping everyone has a wonderful day. Donna Roseman is up. Stephen, Wanda McKinnon, Brian Troy. Good morning. Janice Bounce and also Miss Sylvia Stewart, along with Jonathan Ritchie and Tammy Pilgrim. How are you? Tammy Joe. Glad to have you watching as well this morning. All right, let's put our thoughts to a little bit of this weather of what we've got, what's going to happen this weekend, and let's turn our thoughts to what they tell us has happened and, well, is going to happen.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
As we step back for our record highs and our record lows, 1963, it was 90 degrees on this date. Warm one. 1987, which in some ways was not that long ago. Okay, it is getting a long time ago now, I guess. Boy, it just doesn't seem 87. 29 on this date back in 1987. I don't remember it being that cool. I was around, though. But it was a cool day for sure. As we look at the forecast for today, sunny, and we're going to get up to about 78 here in Meridian. That's not bad. That's not crossing that 80-degree mark at all. As we go up through Philadelphia, we'll move right into where some showers come through Winston County there, around Winston County. 77 is what we're looking there. Now, Columbus, Mississippi, a little cooler. 74 there. As we go south down to Laurel, Hattiesburg, 82 degrees there. Same as in Vicksburg as well. Mississippi Delta, about 77, about the same as the Meridian area. Not bad at all there, but Hattiesburg and Vicksburg being our warm spots for the day. As we move across into Alabama, we're looking for 77, 78, about the same there in Livingston, all the way up through Epps, Alabama, those areas there. Tuscaloosa, cooler, 74. The further south you go, just like Mississippi, the warmer it is. Selma will be about 78, and over to Troy, down to Dothan, Alabama, somewhere around 81 to 82 degrees in that neck of the woods. Hamilton, northern Alabama, they're 69 today. A little bit different there than it is here in Meridian. Almost 10 degrees there. As we look at this is what I mentioned a moment ago. A dense fog advisory out for Alabama this morning. This stretches all the way here from Livingston all the way over to Alex City up to Gadsden, Alabama, in these areas here. What we looked at there around Birmingham a few moments ago. Very, very thick. Visibility down to a quarter of a mile or less in areas. Whenever you see that red, it's where you can't see the emblem on a Lincoln Continental on the front. Y'all been there. You know what I'm talking about. As we look at the forecast for some severe storms, Sunday, now the Meridian area looks good, but out to our northwest on Sunday afternoon, we start to see that the Mississippi Delta could see some thunderstorms there back toward Tennessee. We'll watch that, make sure it doesn't roll in, but our forecast doesn't call for that in east central Mississippi at the present time, so that's good there. It's going to be late Sunday afternoon into Sunday night. Now, rain will come in on Monday. We'll look at that in a moment. Nothing happening on the tropics. The Gulf of Mexico looks great, and there is absolutely nothing that is brewing out to our east there toward Africa and the Atlantic. So we've got 5 days at least now. We don't have to worry about anything. That's good. Now, keep in mind, as this is dwindling down and hurricane season is ending, our next step is going to be tornado season again. That will kick off from November, and we'll go to about May with that. And again, we have two that are pretty bad areas there. November's pretty bad, and then when it comes end of March and April again, it's bad. Now, we have tornadoes in between, but those are high times. So be prepared, and this is National Preparedness Week as we watch the severe weather. What's the temperatures going to do? Let's look at the nation, and as a whole across Mississippi, Alabama, and Louisiana there, we've got normal temperatures out to the west. They're a little bit cooler up in that southwest corner of Washington State. The further south you go, well, it gets above average here for us here in Mississippi. So that's why we're seeing some 78s, some 79, even some 80-degree weather over the next little bit. So let's do our breakdown. Our next 7 days, here's what we've got that's going to happen to our immediate area as we look at this. Today, sunshine, 78. You couldn't ask for anything any better. Tonight, you'll be able to sleep if you feel safe enough with your window crack at 52 degrees. Nice weather out there. As we hit Saturday, sunshine in 80. 57 for the low tomorrow night. No chances of rain there. Sunday, we'll hit sunshine in 81, 64. A little bit warmer. Why? Because rain is moving in. As we'll see that, as we showed you that just a second ago in the Mississippi Delta, we'll start seeing that rain late, and then it will make its way to East Mississippi and West Alabama there with a 50% chance of showers rolling in on Monday. And that's going to be possibly after 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Monday is what we're looking at, after lunchtime. Now, that's a few days away. Always that could be moved up or pushed back a little bit, but that's what we're looking at this point. As we roll into Tuesday, chances go down, and then by Wednesday, a 50% chance of showers once again, and still lingering 30% chance on Thursday. So that's the 7 days. All right, let's go ahead and take a look here what we've got going on all the way through November the 5th. Boy, Thanksgiving is right around the corner, right after Halloween. Woo! Boy, that is coming there. As we look at the temps on the 29th, it's going to be 69. And as we look ahead to trick-or-treating there, the 31st, 74 degrees is what we're looking at. And might want to dress the kids, have a jacket with you at least that night. 49 for that low. So after the sun goes down, it looks like it'll be 49. Actually, let's back that up what I was just saying. For the most part, I think everybody is going to do their trick-or-treating here, and there's going to be some trunk-or-treats, maybe some fall festival at some churches on the 31st, but by far, everywhere I've read is doing their trick-or-treating on the 30th. So back up, 71 and around 50. They'll still need a little jacket there as they go out and about there. But if you look at those temperatures, 69, 71, we got one day to 74 for the most part, hovering right around 70 after we get into November. Yeah, that's not bad at all. I'm looking forward to a little bit of weather like that. I hope you are too. Now, another thought with that as we keep going is I bring this up every day because, well, there's so many people that do this. I've got the habit myself. I can't break it, and it's called deer hunting. What is our best times today to go? Well, the best major time was at 2 in the morning to 4 a.m. That's already passed. So our next major chance of a great deer will be this afternoon from 2:30 until about 4:30. So we have 2 good times during the day, so expect that. As we look at this, the wind's going to be calm, becoming northwest around 5 miles an hour. If you're going to be up a tree, you need to know which way that wind is blowing. That's what's going to happen. Again, that's your outlook for deer hunting today. Not too bad, not too shabby there. Again, we're coming back in an hour and 20 minutes, hour and 15 minutes, and we'll be kicking off the morning show. We want you to be a part of it. Very simple. You can watch us here. And I bring this up because I saw a couple people last night that had brought up, hey, mine froze, this, that, and the other. I also have a backup on YouTube. All you have to do is look up Scotty Ray's Weather on YouTube and follow that. And you'll be able to get, should there be an issue with Facebook, whichever way that you follow, to have a backup. Make sure you've got that to where you can get whether it's breaking weather or if we've got an interview going on. Very important, though, during weather to have 2 ways in case the device, the system that you're watching on has a glitch. So it's 3 ways, but the main 2 are definitely Facebook and YouTube. You can get that. Twitch is out there if you want to follow on there as well. But if you just have right now currently Facebook only, get you a YouTube account and follow. And it's a really good quality stream that they do there. A little bit, even a little bit more clearer than Facebook at times. So just something to put in the back of, what's the old saying, put in your pipe, smoke it. Good advice for later to have when you need it there. Good morning to Joyce Godwin. Glad you're there. Charlene Gaddy is up. I hope you're cooking breakfast there, Charlene. I hear you've been slacking. Tammy Jo Pilgrim, good morning to you. Also, Jonathan Ritchie joins us. Sylvia Stewart, Janice Bounds as well. Again, we want you to come back in a little over an hour as we'll do a breakdown of what's going on locally, the economy, those things like that. What's Joe said about people losing their job because they wouldn't take the vaccine? He may have stepped in it at that latest town hall meeting. He has a tendency, if he talks, to say things he shouldn't. And we'll also talk about what he had to say about Taiwan. It's Joe. Just remember that. I don't think he can help himself. We'll do that. And then also the tragedy that happened yesterday of the movie set. And if you'll remember, that happened to Brandon Lee a few years ago, Bruce Lee's son. On a movie set, a prop gun accidentally killed somebody. And that happened yesterday. Just horrible news as we get all this. Alec Baldwin is the one that it happened to. He actually had it in his hand. We'll discuss all of that this morning. Cal White says a little foggy on 45 down around Shibuya. I bet so, Cal. Appreciate the message on that. Because the further south you get toward the Hattiesburg area, it's picking up there. So we got some confirmations there. Is that anywhere around down around the DG in those areas there? Y'all be careful there. Just drive slower. I don't like fog at all, especially 2-lane roads. You just can't see cars pulling out and somebody trying to pass. There's always somebody that thinks they got to get there a little bit quicker than somebody else, isn't it? So those are a few of the headlines that are happening this morning. And then the other big news. The body has been identified that they found there in Florida. Brian, Gabby, that whole story there. He is deceased. We probably won't know for some time now as to they'll do an autopsy before we find out how he died. It's most likely self-inflicted is what we're assuming. That's what I would bet money on. But that will be coming out probably in the next day or so as we get more details on that. That's a look at the big headlines this morning. All that's coming up this morning. Good morning, Laura Orflin. How are you today? Glad you joined us there. Arlene, too, as well. Anyway, we'll be back here in just a little bit. Give you time there to get your slippers on, get your day started, have a cup of coffee, and get going. Hey, Gail, Miss Gail Gafford's up as well. Going down for a board meeting there in Porterville, aren't you? Hope it's a good one there. All right, we'll be back in just a few. Come back and join us. We'll have a lot to tell you about this morning as the sun rises across East Mississippi and West Alabama. Thank y'all for dropping by.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by